Yesterday's lecture we learned about the enzymes, and we also learned that enzymes are nothing but they are the proteins. But what is the actual function of these enzymes in our body or in living organisms body? What is their function? I told you yesterday, they are used as the biological catalyst. That means they increases the rate of the reaction. So many metabolic reactions are carried out in our body or living organisms body, and that reactions must run fast in a very short period of time. So many substrate molecules, that is the reactant molecule in our body, are converted into the products in a very few seconds due to these biological catalysts, that is the enzymes. Why we use the catalyst for the reaction? To decrease the time of the reaction, that means to increase the rate of the reaction. So many reactant molecules must be converted into the product molecule in a very few seconds that we want, that any chemist wants. But our body is already a very sophisticated laboratory. In that laboratory, in our body, so many millions of the chemical reactions are carried out in every tissue, in every cell, in every, that is the nucleic acid also. In the nucleus also so many reactions are there, and that reactions are controlled by these biological catalysts, that is the enzymes. In the last lecture I told you, enzymes are the biological catalyst, and in metabolic reactions, the food we eat every day, and that food is converted into the biomolecules such as protein, fats, carbohydrates, and that requires for our body fluid, that is the blood. And all these conversions are carried out by these enzymes, which are secreted by the exocrine glands. And we know that enzyme, that is the insulin, that is the example, which is secreted by the pancreas, and that controls the, that is the sugar level in our body. Now, how the actual mechanism of these enzymes are there in our body, that is very interesting. Now, the enzyme and substrate means reactant mechanism is just like as the lock and key model. Lock and key model, that means specific enzyme converts specific substance into the products. Yesterday I told you, enzymes are very highly specific. That means any enzymes cannot convert all the reactants into the product. That is the there is the fixation of which enzyme converts which substrate into the product. That is called as the specific. Now, just like we know that all the locks are not that is opened by one key. That is not possible. All locks are not opened by only one key. That means the lock is opened by the specific key of its own. Similarly, exactly same manner, there is the working of this enzyme with that of the substrate and conversion of that substrate into the product. So, the mechanism of enzyme catalysis says that action of the enzyme on a substrate, that is the reactant, is described as the lock and key mechanism. Now, enzymes are called as the biological catalyst. So, enzymes have the active site. Yes. How the lock and key model of the enzyme and substrate working? Now, there is, now see on the blackboard, there is, suppose but in the that is the last year syllabus there is the figure. Now suppose this is the enzyme, and on the enzyme there is the active site of this enzyme. Now this is the active site. Now that substance which have the shape of just like the active site, that substance only here attaches to this, that is the, now suppose this substance attached to this active site. In this way the substance attached to the active site and that fix on that active site, that substance, this is the substance suppose, that fix on the surface of the active site of enzyme, and then there is the reaction between the substrate and this enzyme. Enzyme only acts as the catalyst. It decreases the activation energy. You know that in the SN1 and SN2 reactions, when we draw the graph, now that is the reactants are converted into the products when they go through this activation energy. Then the reactants are converted into the products. In the SN1 and SN2 mechanism we already see that. Now what these enzymes do? These enzymes only decreases the activation energy. So very low energy is required to go into the activation state, and so many molecules in few seconds are converted into the products. Very less time is required to conversion of that substrate or reactant molecule into the product. Such mechanism is there. See here, enzyme have active site on the surface of them. So the substrate molecule can attach to this active site only. Active site, on that active site only the substrate molecule attaches. Why they attaches? If it has the right size and shape as that of the active site. The substrate molecule must have the right shape and right site to attach that enzyme, that is the active site of the enzyme. And once in the active site, the substrate is held. Once in the active site, the substrate is held, the correct orientation to react, and that orientation is very correct to react and forms the product of the reaction. And in this way, if the shape of the substance is so many large than that of the active site, what happened? There is no attachment of the substrate to the active site, and there is no formation of product, and there is no enzyme catalysis. That means the reaction is not carried out. So for the conversion of the substrate into the product, the shape of that substrate must be matches with that of the active site which is present on the surface of the enzyme. That is very important. Then and then reactants are converted into products. Now such working is done by these enzymes. The product live after a reaction. When the substrate convert into the product, then they live. Live means they go to the from that active site, and the enzyme is then ready to react as the catalyst again. One molecule, now suppose this is the substrate molecule, this is converted into product, then it leave the site of that enzyme, and the site of that enzyme is again ready to catalyze the another substrate molecule. And in this way, so many reactant molecules are converted into the products in a very few times. So formation of enzyme substrate complex. What this called? This called the enzyme substrate complex or lock and key complex. We can call that. Lock and key complex means enzyme substrate complex, and it have very low activation energy. I already tell you. The enzyme are called as the biological catalyst because they decreases the activation energy of the reactants to convert into the product. And so rate of reaction is very high. As the activation energy is low, rate of reaction is very high, and sometimes so high that sometimes one enzyme molecule can convert 10,000 of the substrate molecule into the products in a 1 second. In a 1 second, only one enzyme molecule can catalyze 10,000 substrate molecule into the product only in a 1 second. So less time is required for the reactions, due to which these enzymes, which are the biological catalyst. So several enzymes, sometimes the enzymes are secreted or isolated from the organisms such as bacteria. Then the enzymes are crystallized and packed as artificial enzymes, and that may be used into the industry. And this mechanism, that is extraction of enzyme from the microorganism by storage of them, convert them into the crystalline product, and then used when that is needed in the industry. This is called as the genetics engineering. Genetics engineering is nothing but this is the micro work of enzymes are done in the genetic engineering. कोण थांबले? मला काय कोणी सांगितलं थोडी थांबले ते इथे व्हिडिओ चालू राहतो ते सगळं त्याच्यातून. Now that is I told you that the genetics engineering is nothing but the extraction, separation, isolation, crystallization of the enzymes which are obtained from the microorganism, and they are used in the industry for the different that is the working or different conversions. And which are that conversion? Actually, what is happening into the genetics engineering? Let us see some examples of them. Now, first example is that in the industrial application, these enzymes which are working as the catalyst is conversion of the glucose to the sweetest tasting fructose. You know that glucose and fructose both are the carbohydrates that are manufactured from the sucrose. Now we can convert this glucose into the fructose by the enzyme also in the industry, and the name of that enzyme is the glucose isomerase. Glucose isomerase, that enzyme's name. Industrially, we can convert glucose into the fructose by the enzyme that is the glucose isomerase. Remember the name of that enzyme. The second, manufacture of new antibiotics using the penicillium G acylase. That is also the penicillium G acylase is also the enzyme which works for the manufacture of new antibiotics. Now that is also the enzyme catalysis example. Manufacture of laundry detergents using the proteoses enzyme. Proteoses is the name of the enzyme, and that is used for the manufacture of the laundry detergents. Now these are very important applications of the genetics engineering, that is the in which enzymes act as the catalyst. Manufacture of ester used in cosmetics using the genetically engineered enzyme, and that genetically engineered enzymes is nothing but that may be isolated from the, that is the DNA or RNA or the genetic material, that is the chromosomes etc. From that the enzymes may be isolated, and then it is used for the manufacture of the cosmetics. Now these are the some very important examples in the genetics engineering in which enzymes are used as the catalyst. Now let us see the that is the topic nucleic acid, which is the only one material which can passes from one generation to another generation, and that is why the offsprings of the parents are similar to that of the parents. That is the only material which carried by the genetic cells, in which chromosomes are there, and through that chromosomes from parents into their offsprings, the genetic material is transferred, and in that there is the main constituent, that is the nucleic acid. Two types of nucleic acids are there, deoxyribose nucleic acid and ribose nucleic acid. Now we only knew about that they are the genetics material. But what actually chemically they are, that we have to see now into the next topic. Now, as I told you that these nucleoacids, that is the nucleic acids, are the carriers of the genetic information from one generation to another generation, and they are nothing but, these nucleic acids are nothing but, they are the genetic information which is exactly transferred from parents to their offsprings. So there are two types of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. The long form of DNA is deoxyribose nucleic acid. DNA are generally manufactured by millions of monomers, and that monomers are called as the nucleotides. So nucleic acids are nothing but they are also called as the polynucleotides. You may heard in the biology, nucleic acids are also called as the polynucleotides because nucleic acids are the polymers of nucleotides. Nucleotides acts as the monomers and nucleic acids are the polymers. Now, the RNA have less monomers than that of the DNA. DNA have millions of monomers, that is the nucleotide. But RNA have few thousands of monomers, nucleotides. So the length of RNA is less than that of the DNA. Now, one of the most remarkable property of the living being to produce their replicants. Replicants means similar, exactly similar or mirror images of them are called as the replicants. So this is one of the most remarkable property of the living beings because non-living thing cannot replicate. Do you see any examples such as chalk? Chalk can exactly form similar another chalk in few days. That is not possible into the that is non-living organism. So living organism have the remarkable property to produce the replicas of them, that is exactly similar offsprings can be produced only the living organism. So one of the most remarkable property of the living organisms is to produce their replicas through thousands of generations. We see that from thousands of generations the human being can replicate the same human beings. Thousands of generations are there. This become possible because of certain type of information which is passed unchanged by one generation to another generation. That means this genetic material do not change. Even they may be passed from one generation to thousands of generations. There is no any change in the genetic material. That's why the offsprings of the parents are exactly similar to them or their grandparents or grandparents. That is possible only due to this information, that is the nucleic acid. And so this is done by this acid. Nucleic acid have the structure. Now let us see the structure of the nucleic acid. The first one, that is the nucleotide. Nucleotides are the unbranched polymers of repeating monomers called as the nucleotides. Nucleotides are nothing but they are the monomers of the nucleic acids, and nucleic acids are polymers. And so nucleic acid have the polynucleotide structure. Nucleic acids are also called as the polynucleotide. That is why, because nucleotides are their monomers. Now let us see the how the actual structure of this DNA and RNA.